What is up, everybody? Welcome to the season 1 finale of Pluribus. We are here. We are here at last, the season 1 finale. It's been quite a build-up, specifically for the meeting between Manosos and Carol. And that's kind of what I am most excited about for this season finale, like how these two will inevitably, meet up and talk. And especially with the developments between the two characters, how especially with Carol and how her relationship with Zosia has kind of become. We'll see how that dynamic plays out when we are finally getting introduced with Manosos, who obviously has a different perspective on who Carol is based on just that one phone call that he had all those weeks ago. But yeah, Pluribus has been a joy. It has been it's been a fun watch. Not a joy for Carol, of course. She has been going through it throughout this entire season, going through various stages of grief and depression. Trying to cope with the fact that she's the only sane person in this world, and everybody else is trying to assimilate and force her to join the collective and be quote unquote normal like everybody else. And but it's been fun. It's been fun. I will save most of my thoughts on this show once the episode reaction is over, so stick around for the discussion portion if you want to hear more of my thoughts, not just on this episode, but just the season as a whole, and kind of what I kind of expect for the future of the season. But also I want to shout out to all of you guys, especially those who were here since the first episode reaction. You guys, you're the real ones. Thank you all for sticking with me throughout this journey. Special shout outs to all of you guys who commented on YouTube and on the Patreon as well. Just reading some of your thoughts, opinions, your theories as well in regards to like the show and where it's going. Your own analysis of the characters and the story. It's a joy. It's fun. It's one of the things that I absolutely love about like doing all of this. Just sharing my thoughts and hearing your thoughts. It's experiencing art that is I would say that is a social experience. Like you're not just experiencing this by yourselves, even though I am technically just watching this by myself. But it's also about about sharing. It's kind of like one of the themes of this of the show, right? When it comes to Carol's whole Waikaro series, and her own, I guess, personal feelings on that subject matter. But yeah, let's continue Pluribus with the final episode of the first season. I can't tell if that was an airplane or like a rocket. Ah.
Susimayu. Ari, akayang. Yang galera. São você queria que se puxante?
Oh. Yeah.
Samayay wawa, samayay wawa, samayay wawa, yay. Samayay wawa, samayay wawa, samayay wawa, yay.
Oh, you know what I just thought about? Like they're presenting all of this culture, right? But I kind of feel like the hive mind. There's no need for cultures anymore, right? If that makes sense. Like all of this is performative the same way that they're trying to keep Carol feel like things are quote unquote normal, to make Carol feel comfortable, and it's happening here as well, right? They're just trying to make sure that she's that she is still living this life that she has known for her entire existence. So now I'm kind of curious what's going to happen after this. Wow. Wow. Notice how they stopped singing? Like, back it up. We're leaving. Wow. Yeah, like I didn't even notice that, right? They have chickens and like whatever caged up, you know, like. That is a haunting opening.
And he's in an ambulance? Mm-hmm. Long story. I'm thinking I probably shouldn't be here when he arrives. It would upset him.
Good idea. Yeah.
We don't think he'd ever hurt you.
He's not gonna hurt you, but yeah. Okay. He has arrived.
My name is Manuso Oviedo. I am not one of them.
Hi. ¿Hablamos?
Yes. Yes, we talk.
Pero no machete.
I love that their first.
We talk in here.
Let's hablamos en mi casa.
We talk in the ambulance.
No, we talk in the casa.
We talk in the casa. We talk in the house. Oh, look at this. As I was saying, I love that their first interaction is through distance. Like they finally meet, but it's so far away, right? Still.
Sorry, but I'm not getting into some creepy ambulance with a... Hey! What are you doing? I'm not an idiot. It's in airplane mode. Airplane mode? Give it! No! God damn it! Are you kidding me?
His reaction. Oh my god, these two. The voice translation is still going.
Halloween?
We also got to keep in mind, this is the first time for Manosos to ever speak to someone, you know, who is normal, right? Carol has had the pleasure of speaking to other individuals before. So, you know, there's bound to be some awkwardness, there's bound to be some distrust. We got to break that barrier of communication.
¡Cállese la jeta!
Shut your trap.
This is great.
Okay, you win. Telephone yes. Ambulance no. But I need an umbrella.
An umbrella? Right, to cover from any drones flying above.
Porque. Big time porque.
Allá arriba.
This is great, by the way. I love this shot.
Pueden-
You think they planted a bug in my house?
¿Piensas que plantaron un bicho en mi casa?
¿Un insecto? ¿Cómo si un insecto?
With an
No,
insect.
not an insect, a bug.
No, insecto.
Wait, stop.
Espera.
Not you.
Parada. Tú no. You're against them, no? I watched your video.
Here we go.
Malvados.
These weirdos are evil.
Se robaron las almas de todos.
They have stolen everyone's soul.
They are no human.
Yes, they are. They are. They are. They are not evil.
Ellos no son malvados.
Define evil.
You said the weirdos abandoned you.
40 days.
Why'd they come back?
¿Por qué regresaron?
No say.
I don't know.
Wow. Ah. Manosos notices that.
Teléfono.
I don't speak snap.
¿Ah?
I love her. I love them both.
¿Escondieron su video?
What about the 11 other survivors? Did they respond to your video?
Nope.
No. They didn't even want to talk.
Not to me.
She is
You're not
omitting.
gonna find anything.
She's omitting certain information, though.
I need a drink.
Like Manosos doesn't even know that Carol has spoken with the other survivors. I believe.
En Albuquerque, sino que es a big unknown word or name.
What the hell is that?
¿Qué demonios es eso?
Well,
Hi, Carol.
Have you been spying on me?
Right. It wasn't us, Carol.
was it Helen?
Do you remember May of 2011? You were freezing your eggs.
Yeah, so?
The device is a movement sensor. It detects when the cabinet is opened, then records it. Again, we didn't put it there.
But did you use it, though?
No raros.
Who?
Mi esposa. She didn't like my glug 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 glug. Now I really need a drink.
Wow.
There are fresh sheets on the bed, towels in the bathroom.
Hay sábanas limpias en la cama y toallas en el baño.
I mean, this is cool, you know, letting him stay in one of the other houses.
¿Hablo con el mismo raro que estaba hablando con Carlos Turca?
No, ese era otro individuo.
¿Cuál es el nombre de ese individuo?
Sosha.
Quiero hablar con Sosha.
Oh. Oh. Carol did just told him that they cannot lie. He could potentially just ask Zosha. So what's your relationship with Carol? What have you two been up to?
The fuck?
Oh. Oh, she is there physically. I thought he was just gonna call her on the phone. Oh. Oh.
Zosha, what did you tell him?
Todo. ¿Cómo se dice?
Everything.
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 He was very thorough and insistent, and it's our nature. We had to answer
Another
him.
car just
You had
appeared
to,
there.
right? I know.
It's just not in us to lie to
Yeah,
you.
but to me, not to him.
I
Oh.
know this is hard to understand, but we love him the same as we love you.
Here we go.
You can't love him the same. It's not the same. It's different. He is a stranger. You barely know him. You told me so yourself. You're my...
Oh.
You are my...
You're her what?
You're my chaperone.
Of course.
Mine.
You belong to me.
Yes.
What are you doing?
Sorry, Carol. Something's about to happen.
What?
Please, don't be alarmed.
Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus.
Is it
What's
Manosos?
happening? I didn't even... I wasn't...
It wasn't you, Carol. It wasn't you. Everybody else is gonna think that it's gonna be Carol, though. I know Lakshmi is gonna call her and say, "Why are you doing this again, Carol? Like, it's not me."
Jesus! Get the hell away from him! What the fuck?
Rick. I know you are there. I help you. I am here. Listen to me, Rick. Rick, look at me.
Jesus!
Back away.
Would you like to know who that is?
I know who that is.
I think I know who that is too.
It wasn't me this time. Screw you too, Lakshmi.
One thing for sure about Manoso is that he is a man of action. Like, he will get things done. Maybe not to, you know, maybe not the best way to do it, but he's... Oh my god. Nah, that is so funny, man. The cross hands. Oh my god, that is so funny.
It was worth it, completely. Now I know much more.
Usted tenía razón.
Yeah, let's go back to
Creo que
that.
hay una manera de volver a poner las cosas
The whole
en su
radio
sitio.
wave thing.
You were right. I think there's a way to put things back in their place.
Carlos Turca, ¿quiere salvar el mundo o quiere salvar a su chica?
Unknown word or name. Do you want to save the world or get the girl?
Oh, he called her out. He called her out. Carol wants both. Obviously, she wants to save the world, and she does want to get the girl. It's right now we don't really know if they're like mutually exclusive or not. Whoa. Oh, look at Carol there. The left hand of darkness. Oh my god, look at this. That's a beautiful shot. Oh, man. Man, I feel so bad for her. Like, she's obviously having a lot of fun, right? She's enjoying the moment. She finally found love again, but, like, with the way things are going, like, obviously this is kind of wrong, right? This montage is beautifully directed and shot, by the way. This is beautifully done. Like, this is it. The hive mind got her.
I must have every happy chemical flowing in my bloodstream.
Oh,
And
man.
it only gets better.
Better?
If you join us.
You're not talking about the joining, are you? You can't take them and I stay me, right?
That would be correct.
Would be.
Yeah.
My eggs. The ones I froze with Helen. You have them, don't you?
Ah.
And you can make those into stem cells, can't you?
It takes time and patience, plus a bit of luck.
But you're working on it.
We are.
If you loved me, you wouldn't do this.
Carol, please understand. We have to do this because we love you. Because I love you.
You see it in Carol's eyes. That feeling of betrayal. Manosos is hard at work, by the way. He's, you know, I gotta respect the man. Like, this is insane from him. He's learning English to understand English books about science and like and the sort, you know? That's pure dedication. What is that? Oh, I feel like that's goodbye. Notice how Carol is wearing dark clothes? She's been wearing very bright clothes throughout this entire season, right? Yellow, blue, red.
You win. We saved the world.
What's in the box?
Atom bomb.
I cannot tell if she is joking or not. But that's the end of the episode. Oh my god, I can't tell if she is joking or not. Why would she need an atom bomb? I don't think it matters. You know what? I hope it is an atom bomb. I hope it is an atom bomb. It'll make the joke from like the previous what episode was that? Like episode 3 or 4. It would make that joke so funny. But I also think it would be extra funny for like the next season to happen, and it's just so happened that like there's an atom bomb just like in the front yard, just there it is. Wow, that's how they end the season, huh? Okay, that was the end of Pluribus season 1. I really enjoyed that episode as like the finale of the season. We finally see Manosis and Carol meet up and have their first their first ever form of actual communication, which did not go as it didn't go as well as you wanted it, but it went as you probably expected it to go. But man, by the end of this episode, just that full, I would say, that feeling of betrayal from Carol, after all of this time, turns out humanity already had a way for to get to Carol. In fact, they're already doing it, right? It's only a matter of time. Obviously, then it's just a matter of I was gonna say it's a matter of Carol consenting to being with the others, with the hive mind, but that whole thing has been breached. Like that trust has been broken the moment when they went behind Carol's back and already took those Carol's like frozen eggs, and already trying to make the the stem cells from that. Like Carol did not give them consent whatsoever in that regard. They already did that on their own. Jesus. This whole situation is, it's not good. it's not good. We gotta fix this somehow. And I feel like this, okay, look, this final episode, especially that moment, right? Because all this entire time, the hive mind has been presented as this good being of sorts, right? This collection of people that always presents itself as what is all good within humanity. We can't kill people, we can't lie, we can't hurt animals, but there's always like an asterisk to all of that. We can't kill animals, but we will let them go, and we will basically not take care of them, and they're gonna die regardless because we are kind of neglecting them. You know what I mean? We cannot kill people, but because of our other actions of not really, because of our actions of, let's say, not really providing enough nutrients for the rest of humanity to eat, because we refuse to eat like meat and whatever. Technically, that also causes like a lot of deaths in regards to like people starving and whatever. And we're kind of using, other, we kind of result, to cannibalism to kind of remedy that whole situation. We don't lie, but technically we're not telling truths either. And by the end of this episode, when Carol finally learns what humanity has been up to, especially coming from Zoja of all people, yeah, of course that stings. That is like, you feel that betrayal from her. You really do. Which also makes me, it does make me believe that she did have brought an atom bomb by the end of this episode. Oof. Let me sit on this just for a bit, just to think about the show as a whole. Because so far, what I will say about Pluribus is that I really enjoyed this show. This has been a really solid show. It explores themes that is very much up my alley, so to speak. Some of my favorite shows, some of my favorite stories kind of revolves around, this discussion of your own individuality, of your own person. That also revolves around like communication, that revolves around us as people who needs other people, who requires other people to survive and live, and we shouldn't shut ourselves, and we need to be open about ourselves, and we need to be truthful to one another in order to achieve that level of connection, right? You cannot connect with one another if you're not opening yourself to them, right? If you close yourself, well, then how can we know who you are? How can we identify who you are? How can we live together, right? It's a lot of, it's a lot of things. I talked about like Evangelion from like the first episode of Pluribus. Like, I immediately clocked that, like, oh, I mean, obviously it's not like the first show to to explore these ideas, but it's like the first to appear on my mind. And seeing some other people discuss Pluribus online, I'm seeing a lot of the same sentiment, that this is, like, the basic premise of Pluribus is like the human instrumentality project from that show. And one of the other reasons why I'm bringing Evangelion up is because this episode, Manosos is trying to reach out to an individual. Rick, I believe, is his name. And he's basically trying to reach him and say like, hey, I know you're in there, you can come out, right? Now, obviously, he's just Manosos at this point doesn't even know if this will work or not, but he is trying, right? And I've talked about this, actually. I forget in which episode. It could be like the first or second episode. But it's like very early on. But I mention how one of the ways we can revert humanity back in this situation, if that is even a possibility, because we still don't know, right? The thing about Pluribus thus far is that it presents a premise that has been done before, like hive mind joining and what have you. Like, this isn't the first story to ever done it. There's a lot of stories that have done this kind of story beat, right? Sometimes it's like only like the last few episodes, sometimes it's like the entire story and what have you. And usually in those instances, there are ways to revert back the situation, to reverse the effects, to bring the individuals back somehow. Like there's tons of ways, right? Here, I mentioned, right, one of the ways that they can bring people back, potentially, right, is if the individual within the hive mind itself chooses to do so, right? It's when the individual within the collective gain their own thoughts again, like their own personal thoughts that are different from everybody else. Like somehow they achieve, I guess, a second awakening, a second level of consciousness, right? Because you were conscious, you achieved consciousness the first time, and then all of that is just kind of taken away and kind of been mushed together into everybody else's consciousness, and then now you form like a single super consciousness, right? That obviously consists of individual mini consciousness, right? Those are the individual people that make out this big hive mind. So again, like, it could be possible for one of those individuals to finally break out, right? But that has to be of their own accord, right? That has to be their own desires. And I feel like right now, the problem is because of how good and incredible and great the hive mind is, like the joining, nobody in their right mind would want to leave. So obviously to again, like, if this is the case, the only way for this to happen is if Carol and Manosos is able to convince the hive mind that the hive is bad. How are they gonna do that? I don't know, but that's like, again, like one of the logical reasons. If what Manosos is trying to do ends up being the case of like trying to reach out to people and ask for their own desire to break free of the hive mind, even though I don't think that's ever gonna happen. There's only one other story that I've ever experienced that kind of tackled this way, and in that story, I'm not gonna spoil it because obviously kind of spoils the ending of like a major story. If you know, if you've been watching me as I talk about like various different stories and whatever, you know what I'm talking about. You know what story I'm talking about. But in this particular story, really, there's only two people were ever to get out of a hive mind of sorts, and it is their own choice. The bleakness of that whole scenario is that everybody else, every human on Earth, has that ability. They just chose not to. In Pluribus, I still feel like that is going to be the case. Again, unless Carol and Manosos ends up actually creating like some sort of sci-fi technological pseudo-scientific machine to reverse engineer all of this for some reason, right? Because Manosos is currently like studying science and whatever. Like, that could happen, that could not, right? This is like the fun part of Pluribus so far. It is, again, as I mentioned, it is presenting a story, a premise that obviously we have seen before, but now it's a matter of how are they going to end it? Because there's so many ways that you can end this, right? I don't think we are going to see the ending of Pluribus as Carol joining the hive mind. I feel like that's never going to happen. At least, it's never going to happen in the scenario where Carol joins the hive mind because she gives up and she wants to be with them forever. Like, that is bleak. If anything, only scenario where I see Carol actually joining the hive mind is if she is quote unquote infiltrating the hive mind. Again, if that makes sense and if that works within the confines of this story, right? What I mean is, if Carol has enough mental fortitude to still be connected with the hive mind, but still retains her own individual as Carol. I don't know if that's ever gonna happen or if that will happen, But again, one of the possibilities. But yeah, Pluribus. It's a great show. I'll say it. It's a great show. As first seasons go, ooh, I don't know. I gotta think about this. If I were to compare this to like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, I don't know. The thing is, like, Pluribus is such a different show, tonally speaking, from those two shows. Well, there are some there are some familiar aspects and like some of the overall tone of the show. There are some like similar things here and there because a lot of this is from like the same creators and such. But I feel like regardless, even if I'm not trying to compare Pluribus to those two other shows in regards to like their first seasons, this is still a strong season in my opinion. Definitely one of the stronger seasons that I've seen this year, and I've only seen like 3 shows. But yeah, the colors in this show is so beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful shows that I've seen this year. In terms of like the color grading, it pops. In terms of like the cinematography, it slaps. The acting, I don't really need to say more of that. Like it's great across the board. The Golden Globes just aired like a day or 2 ago. Rhea Seehorn just won her Golden Globe for Pluribus. That's awesome. Great job. Pacing wise, I don't have a problem. Like, here's the thing, right? I don't have any major problems with Pluribus whatsoever. But I do understand certain criticisms that people give in regards to the show because, like, I've seen some people talking about like how the show is, a bit slow for them, maybe a bit boring here and there, and I kind of get where they're coming from. This is a lot more methodological. No, you know what I mean. English. I'm like Manosha's trying to figure out like what's like the correct English word. It's definitely slow. I think that much is true, but it definitely keeps itself going and it keeps presenting something special to me. Again, to me at least. A lot of a lot of how do I describe them? Not empty moments, but a lot of moments linger. And for me, I love those moments. Like when Manosius is traversing through like the jungle and whatever, and it's like a really long sequence of him just repeating the words, I am Manosos, I am not one of them, I am here to save the world, and it's just that on repeat again and again and again and again, to the point of maddening. I can see some people disliking that aspect, but to me, I like it. I dig those aspects. It's definitely not too, it's definitely not to some people's taste. That's for sure. I can probably say that. The best way that I can describe Pluribus's overall tone for me is that this does feel like the Fly episode in Breaking Bad, but just for an entire season. Like in terms of like the overall direction, the the choices that they made in regards to direction and editing and whatever, it does kind of feel that way, because at the end of the day, I am just watching an entire series where really there's only like two people interacting at the same time throughout most of the story, you know? So yeah, for some people that may work, for some people it doesn't. To me, it works. It also maybe helps the fact that I've seen other shows, other stories. I kind of mentioned Evangelion again. I'm bringing Evangelion a lot when I'm talking about Pluribus, but Evangelion's direction echoes very similarly to Pluribus, or I guess it's like the other way around. There's a lot of moments where we just linger on a shot. There's a lot of moments where it feels like nothing is happening, but it does elicit some form of emotion from you, the audience. And I feel like overall it fits the tone of the story. It really does. The slow pacing of the story, the almost nothing's the almost nothing ever happens sort of feeling that certain episodes give off makes a lot of sense when you think about it, because at the end of the day, again, we are just following a single person living a very hectic but almost mundane life. It's almost this like weirdness happening within Carol's life where shit is happening a lot, but at the same time, because she confines herself within Albuquerque and especially within just her home, it does feel like almost nothing is really happening, you know? I don't know how else to describe it, but yeah, some of my scattered thoughts about the show. Um I feel like I've said enough in regards to the show. I feel like each individual episode has presented a certain theme that I've kind of talked about. So do check those episode discussions out if you do want to hear me more, if you want to hear more about my thoughts overall. But this has been Pluribus. It's been quite a journey. It's been quite a ride. Uh, Definitely one of the stronger first impressions that I've gotten when it comes to a show, and I cannot wait for more. Well, technically, I can wait because it's gonna be a while. They're still writing the second season apparently, so it's gonna be a while for that to come out. But hopefully, it comes sooner rather than later. Especially given the current modern day and age of TV production, getting gotta wait like a couple of years for like the next season. Not that I've never experienced that, especially if you are like an anime viewer. Like, we wait 3, 4, 5 years for a new season. Like, this is nothing. 2 years, kind of a no big deal. But anyways, thank you all so much for tuning in. It's been fun. It's been great. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on Pluribus as a whole in the comment section down below. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. See you all next time, I guess, whenever the next season of Pluribus will be. Or see you all in other reaction shows on my channel. Take care, everybody. Have a nice day. Peace.